Hello and welcome to Fill in the Gaps, the body art podcast that isn't about body art. I'm your host, Egg, and with me today are Reece and Hilarie. How you going, guys?
Hey, good, thank you, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. How you going?
Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. How's your day been? Busy?
Very busy.
Very busy?
Yeah.
Busy at the gym?
Yeah, so are you in there?
Yeah, getting a quick pump in.
Yeah, mate, getting a pump up for the podcast.
Yeah, you know, got to look good on camera. Can't be sitting here looking bad. I mean, what are we? So you're hitting legs and lats, was it? Bit of a mix-up?
Mainly back.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of hamstrings.
Yeah. Nice. And Hilarie, haven't been to the gym for a bit, have you, because of the baby, or?
Yeah, like a week.
Okay.
But
Not trying to
getting-
shame you for that or anything like that,
Getting in
sorry.
there a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
But it's just been
We've come up with a
bit of
system
busy
now.
Week
Yep.
this week.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take him for a lap around the park in the pram.
Yep.
And then she'll grab him and go get a coffee or whatever while I do my workout. But
Yep.
That's been working good.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah. Until
Yeah.
we get him benching.
Of course.
Yeah.
What's he at, 225? Or
Yeah.
not quite yet. Yeah. Speaking of Alfie, congratulations, new parents. He's
Thank
with
you.
us today.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Alfie.
Trying to get involved.
How's the adjustment been becoming parents?
Really good, actually. He's a really easy baby to look after.
Yeah.
Feeds well, sleeps well, hardly cries.
Yeah, he's really well behaved. It's like he's trying to trick us into doing it again.
Yeah, that's normally what they say, I'm pretty sure, is that the first one
That's
normally
usually
tricks
quite
you.
good, yeah.
And then you have the second one, it ends up being a demon, and
Yeah.
makes sense, I'm the second kid, so does make sense. Getting sick of older kids' TV shows or anything like that?
No, it's all right. I think he doesn't like
yeah,
it.
there's one that I love, and it's just mindless dancing fruit with faces, like
What's it
happy
called?
pineapples.
Dancing fruit
Dancing
on YouTube.
fruit.
Dancing
Yeah.
fruit. Oh.
Yeah, and that makes me late for work in the mornings. But there's one which I just cannot stand, and it's cocoa melon.
Ah, yeah.
And it's just like, what? Why have we been lured into having to experience that as well as everything else? Like, adjusting to being a parent. That is just one step too far
Yeah.
for me. Like the happy little songs, and every single person in the family gets a turn at singing the same cheesy jingle.
And then you're at work, and then you get to sing the same cheesy jingle in
in my
your
head all
mind.
day,
Yeah, awesome. Love that. And did you guys ever see yourself becoming parents? Was it something that you kind of planned early on, or was it something that you kind of fell into?
We kind of fell into, but we always wanted kids.
Yep.
I definitely always wanted to be a mum, but
Yeah.
it was a bit earlier than expected.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I always wanted to have kids, and I don't know, kind of that old school mindset of like pass on the flame.
Yeah.
I'm the last like Pemberton on my family line, so
Yep.
wanted to keep the name going for some fucked up reason.
Yeah, I'm a little bit the same. Like, I kind of want to keep the family tradition,
Yeah.
family name, genetics kind of going on, not for any reason other
Well,
than
everyone since the dawn of time has like managed to survive and pass on your genetics up to
Exactly,
you.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'd feel a bit rude to not kind of do that as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
In saying that, no reason to go pop out like 10 kids. But
Hey, some people are okay with that. That's all right. You know. Kiwis, if you guys are watching, I know that your families have that many aunties and uncles and cousins. Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, because I know a lot of people have a tough time adjusting to being a parent, especially with the sleep schedule. So it's good that you guys are finding it easy and he's making it good. He's chiming in a little bit, so thanks for that, Alfie.
Trying to say
very
his bit.
coy.
Where's my mic? He said.
Sorry, if we had another one, then we'd let him speak. But give it a couple of years and we'll get him on the podcast. So, do you guys come from relatively big families, or like do you have siblings or anything like that?
Yeah. So I have one older sister. I have 3 step younger sisters.
Yep.
And then half sisters, sorry. And then 2 step sisters and a step brother. So
Yep.
my mum's been married 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah, quite a big family. I haven't met all of them on my dad's side. Like, a lot of them live in Sydney and Philippines.
Yep.
But I've never been to the Philippines. Yeah, it's quite big. Reese's family is really quite big as well.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
all in England.
Yeah, so I've got 2 families on my dad's side.
Yeah.
My grandparents split up when my dad was just a boy, so pretty unheard of back in those times.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's got 2 families. My mum's got a massive family, so when I go back to England, it's pretty much scheduled by the hour for a month long of who I'm visiting and who I'm falling asleep while I'm visiting.
Yeah.
It's hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's good that you guys kind of fell into that, having, family to support you, that kind of thing. Because I know a lot of people kind of start their own family and get distant from their current family. So it's good that you have that support. Because I know that one of your parents looks after Alfie a little bit, is it? Or
Kind of,
both.
kind of everyone.
Yeah.
Everyone
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
their little shifts here
Yeah.
and there.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Definitely
their
good
shifts
to
of
have
Coco
them.
Melon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we actually went to Hilarie's sisters the other night, and they were so eager to put it on, and I was like, you don't know what you're getting into, man. Like, this is going to ruin your life.
Once you start, you can't stop. It's like a drug, yeah.
Well, they need to get used to it because my sister's pregnant at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Congratulations to her.
Thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little boy as well. So
Oh,
really
lovely.
exciting.
Alfie the second, or
Yeah.
is there any meaning behind Alfie, or was it just a name that you kind of liked?
So basically, I was going for like all the names on my list was if you walked into an East London pub and just asked a geezer what his name is, and that was like the names on my list.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah,
And then Hillary just boohied each one of those names, and then eventually warmed up to Alfie, which I was stoked with.
yeah,
I didn't tell a single person the name because I felt like I was going to jinx it.
yeah.
You told Salim.
I did tell one person,
Oh.
told my co-worker, but yeah, we
Why-
share a lot.
Yeah, I didn't like it, and then I started watching this show, Emily in Paris, and there was a guy called Alfie in it, and I thought it was cute. So.
Thank you, Emily in Paris.
Thank you, Emily in Paris. Lovely. So yeah, onto your professions. I know, Reece, you're a barber, and Hilarie, you were in, was it cosmetic tattooing or just
Yeah,
cosmetics?
Cosmetic tattooing. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I wasn't doing it. I was just working in a cosmetic tattoo studio. I was just receptionist and
Yep.
managing as well. Yeah, I really liked it. I really hope to do that again once I'm off maternity
Yep.
leave. Yeah, I just liked running it.
Yep.
All that, and basically I just like seeing all the artists and like like the clients just coming out like really stoked with their results and stuff. It was a good job.
We caught up with Lex and Courtney the other night.
Really
and
good cosmetic artists. They
Yep.
have their own studio in Mount Lawley called
Yep.
Ink and Bloom. But yeah, so I met them through work, and then they just recently opened up their own studio.
Okay,
They're doing
nice.
really well.
They actually mentioned that they're really keen to come on the podcast as well. At
Lex
some
and
point.
Courtney, hit me up. Come on the podcast. Yeah, no, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Love to have them on. Have you seen in cosmetics and that kind of thing, or the beauty industry as a whole, that it's kind of leveled out in terms of like gender balance? Because I feel like maybe 10 years ago or so, it was kind of not frowned upon, but guys didn't really get that kind of work done. But it
Yeah.
feels like
Guys have been
now
getting it
guys
now.
start getting
Yeah.
it. Because I mean, I get my eyebrows threaded, and it's not really like
Oh.
cosmetic
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
but like, I don't know, it's the only hair that I've got. Sorry,
Yeah.
Reece, I can't see you as,
You
know,
can
at the
fade
barber
them
shop.
if you want.
Oh, put little slits in and whatnot. So yeah, I get my eyebrows threaded, and even when I mention that, there are people that kind of like look at me and they're
A
like,
lot of guys get their eyebrows
Yeah, I
like
think so.
waxed and
I
stuff
think
now.
so,
And
yeah.
we got quite a lot of guys coming in getting even their lips tattooed as
Yeah.
well, like
Yeah.
and tattooed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
I
y-
think it's normal. Like
do you
I
think
think
that it is growing a little bit more,
It's
like
growing a
just
lot.
just because of how people in society view it, or is it just people being more open about their
Yeah.
masculinity and
so I don't really know. Like
yeah, everyone just wants to look
wants
pretty.
to look good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Just easy.
no problem with that. Yeah, that's
Low maintenance. You don't have to just get up and you look good. So.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's normally my explanation when people ask why I get my eyebrows threaded. It's like, I
Yeah.
mean, good.
you
You
feel
buy
good.
good clothes because you want to look good. Why can't you have
Yeah.
good eyebrows,
Wanna
kind of
look
thing?
fresh all
So
the time and all that.
yeah,
Well, yeah, and Courtney was doing like a scalp tattooing as well for
Oh, yeah.
people that had like receding hairlines. So
damn, that's crazy. Might
Yeah.
have to message her
It
about
looks-
that one.
it
Yeah.
looks really good. Yeah.
And Reece, you're a barber, and how did that start? Was it something that you always wanted to do?
No. So actually, I went for about 7 years of working jobs that I absolutely hated. It was actually my dad who first said like, "Oh, you should be a barber. I think you'd be good at that." And he just wouldn't drop it. And it got to the point where I told him like, "You become a barber. Like, why are you so obsessed with barbering?" Like, and then I went back to England for a trip just because I was in between jobs again and just couldn't work out what I wanted to do with my life. And I was sat down at the little barber shop at the end of the road, and I just realised he was wearing like nice clothes. He was chatting shit all day, good banter, and I was like, man, like this looks pretty relaxing.
Yeah.
And then I inquired when I got back to Australia, and got into it a bit and realized like it's actually really creative, and it's basically like doing a sketch. You got outlines, shading, plus you get to have a good joke with your client. You make them feel good at the end of it. So all these good factors. Plus it really zens me out and calms me down. Like most people think, oh, it's Monday, got to get to work, and get there and they have this like shit stressful day. The most stressful part for me is actually the commute there. Driving in Perth, everyone knows that. Don't need to get into that. And then as soon as I start my first haircut, it's just like bliss. Like, I'm just relaxed. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
You got something to say, Alfie, mate?
Welcome, Alfie. And I know that you gave Alfie your first haircut. Was that a bit of an easier experience? Because I know getting my beard done, I've seen a few times where there's little kids getting their first haircut and it's a nightmare. Was it less of a nightmare for him, or was it still pretty bad?
Well, for his first one, it actually really got my hopes up. He just sat there staring off into space. Perfect client. Like he just was not fast. Yeah, his dream client. And then we went for his second cut, and now he knows what's going on, and he gets irritated by things. And second cut, he just wasn't having it. We filmed like half of it, and then we had to pack it in.
Yeah, and it looked
also,
like a bowl haircut.
Also now that his hair's changed a bit, like it's probably the worst haircut I've ever done, to be honest. So he's got like this thick, he's got a thick ring that goes through the middle of the sides, and then a thin layer just before the top of the sides, and then a thin layer at the bottom of the sides. So he's left with this like Friar Tuck strip with this mop on top. But yeah, I can do these for adults as well if anyone wants to get the Alfie cut special.
I mean, if you can somehow make that appear on my head, then I'd be more than happy
we'll
to come
collect
visit
his trimmings, mate.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
It's fresh baby hair. Like, you're all good.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, so
nice and soft.
First haircut was nice, and then second haircut, late on payments, and then
Yeah.
Didn't like the design. It's
Bad
just,
Google review.
Yeah, unbelievable. Leaves 1 star on Yelp.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Nah, that's cool. And I know that you've got, is it a hair wax product or
so
label
that is
out?
in the works.
Yep.
Watch this space.
Oh.
Big things coming this way. So that was basically just trying to think of how I can get passive income. For years I've been thinking, how do I get passive income? Oh my God, it's so hard. And then it just like slapped me in the face, like, oh, a product that is in my industry that I know lots about, know the ins and outs of. I just basically realised that it's well worth me doing. We have a competition at Jack of All Fades where we do Barber of the Month.
Yep.
At the end of each month, whichever barbers sold the most products, they get to spin the wheel. The prize wheel is covered in really good prizes. $500 tattoo voucher, trip to Rottnest for 2.
Hotels.
Hotel stays, massages. I've won all of these, by the way.
Yeah, these are the two.
Okay, Barbara of
You
the
wins
month.
all the time.
Yeah. Main character.
That's what happens when you're Barber of the month all the time.
Yeah. But yeah, that's really good. So I figured if we're doing that, and with the relationship I've got with all of the other barbers at Jack of All Fades, like we're all really close. Hopefully they'll push my product.
Yep.
As well as, I don't know where I was going with that sentence. So I have to cut that bit out.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to you a couple of times to get my beard done because for anyone that doesn't know me particularly well, I had a very nice, luscious beard and then got a new job, had to shave it all off.
I only just noticed that you don't have your beard.
Yeah, I know. That's why the moustache is so thick and the beard is like very thin.
That happen?
This is about 4 days of growth here, and then this is about 3 months of growth.
Yeah, okay.
Basically got a new job, had to wear a mask, and then showed up on the first day. Went through all the interviews, showed up on the first day, and they said, you got to shave your face. And I didn't have any money, I didn't have a job, so what could I say? So cut it all off, and then I've just been growing the mo back. But quit that job and got a new job, so the beard's coming back.
Oh,
and
fantastic.
I will start coming back to you. But
yeah,
Jack of All Fades seems like a really good community of people, and just the couple of times I've been in there, the vibes have been awesome. So there's tattooing that goes on there as well.
Yeah, so our Scarborough store has the tattoo shop attached to it. Really good artists in there. I see Dave a lot, who is the apprentice, but his standards are so high. And
shout out Dave.
Yeah, shout out to Dave. Dave Croppers Tattoo. I Oh shit. Just cut it out. But yeah, you can go to the website Jack of All Fades, and then you can book in for tattoos, haircuts, depending on what store you pick.
Yep.
We have the Victoria Park store as well, which is just a barbershop and a cafe, no tattoo store at that one. But that one is where I'm based mostly, and Salim is based, and well worth coming through there. We've got a whiskey bar, we've got like a vault room for whiskey storage, and
Awesome.
it's really specky, yeah.
Yeah, we'll put the link for the website in the show notes on
fantastic.
YouTube. And yeah, anyone looking to go get a haircut or a tattoo, definitely recommend it. I was going to talk to you guys about travel because I know that you spent a bit of time in Canada and you guys did a trip to Europe. Was that your first trip to Europe or have
Yeah.
you been before?
No, that was my first trip.
How was it?
Amazing.
Yeah? Whereabouts did you go?
We were in England, Southend-on-Sea. That's where he's from.
Yep.
And then we went to London and Amsterdam for
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple of nights.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just looks exactly like the movies.
Yeah.
It cracked me up actually. As soon as we got out of the airport, he was like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What? A red bus?"
Yeah, that's just a
Yeah,
prop in the
I
movies.
know.
They don't exist
Yeah.
in real life. Yeah.
And then, like the red phone booths and all that.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never been to England, but I spent a bit of time in Europe and yeah, Amsterdam.
Did you go to Amsterdam?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
amazing and does look exactly like paintings
Yeah.
and pictures
Yeah.
and stuff.
So nice. All
It's
the buildings
amazing.
and all that.
Did you have any favorite memories or anything other than bringing back this little one?
Yeah.
I'd say the river cruise that we did was perfectly
Yeah.
timed.
In Amsterdam.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went there. We met up with a friend. She was living in Italy at the time.
Yep.
And we did this nice little river cruise. Watched the sunset. That was really good.
We didn't even like mean for it to be at sunset, but it just
Just happened.
worked
Happened,
out.
yeah.
That, yeah, at the end of like a big day sesh as well, so we
Yeah.
were all pretty lit and
Yeah.
sat on the back of this boat just enjoying the views and
Yeah,
yeah,
nice.
it was fantastic.
I liked the London trip, the one that we went to, just us,
Oh yeah.
and we climbed this. What was it, like a dome?
Oh, we climbed the Millennium Dome.
Oh, yeah.
we climbed this dome.
Yeah, over
Yep.
the top. It was really
Yep.
good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really fun.
So thinking of going back at some point?
Yeah,
or?
we want to go next year.
Yep.
When his cousin's getting married in August, so
Okay.
Yeah.
just waiting to see if the prices will drop because flights are so expensive at the
Flights are
moment.
crazy.
Everything's
So
so expensive at the
Yeah.
moment. It's insane, yeah. And Reece, obviously you didn't grow up in Australia. What have you found to be the biggest like cultural differences of us, other than the obvious like Vegemite and Milo and that kind of thing? But because I know that you spent a bit of time in Canada, is that right?
Yeah. So we lived in Canada for 2 years. But biggest cultural differences between England and Australia.
Other than Australians just being better in every sport in
Oh,
every way.
okay, yeah. Apart from real football.
I remember asking you if you liked sport and you said no. So now all of a sudden we're a sports fanatic. Awesome. Yeah,
no,
cool.
I'm just mentioning that you stole the name football and made a worse game. But yeah.
And Australia stole the Ashes this year. Or I don't actually know how the result's going to be completely
I'm pretty
honest,
sure
but
England's getting smashed.
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Good. But yeah, so how have you found the adjustment between England, Canada, and Australia?
So it's always been, if I'm in Australia, I miss England. If I'm in England, I miss Australia. Going to Canada kind of gave me a good view, looking at both from afar and appreciating so many things about Australia. England, it's just the people I miss, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool to go back there,
Yeah.
and it's a good time. We go to the pub all the time, and catching up is always a good laugh. But just the landscape here, and like just what we have, the beaches,
Yeah.
the good weather, the opportunity, the everything, like the even salaries are better here. Things like you're not struggling all the time.
Yeah.
Although the whole housing crisis is a bit
Insane.
it's getting intense.
Yeah, we don't talk about that around here.
It's
crazy.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that
Yeah.
one, to be honest.
No, it's madness.
But yeah, Canada as well. Like, I'd put that on the same par as Australia. Like, there were a few times where I was on a chairlift, going snowboarding, and looking around at the view, and it was actually emotional just seeing, how beautiful it was. It's like you're living inside a Bob Ross painting.
Yeah.
Like, Oh man, 100% recommend anyone to go check out Whistler.
Yeah.
I was working in a really cool tattoo barbershop over there called TNT. Really, really good artist, Tyler ATD. He's a black and grey realism tattoo artist, and he was the boss of the shop and took me out snowboarding before work most days, and really kind of made me like bump my skills up.
One thing I did want to get your opinion about, because I spent a bit of time in Switzerland as an exchange student, and I got to know people from all different parts of the world and that kind of thing. And I think that there's this misconception that Canadians are a lot like Americans, but I found it to be that Canadians are more like Australians than they are Americans. Did you find that as well, or is that just a me thing?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I did find that. I don't know. I don't want to put anyone in like stereotype categories, but
And I quote from Reece. Yeah, go on.
but yeah, I don't know. Australians, you can kind of crack any joke around, and they know it's a joke, and it's all good. Canadians, you have to kind of tread a bit more carefully because they don't understand that you're joking, or they might just take offense to every single thing that you say.
Yeah. I think that's more of just an Australia versus the world thing. Maybe in England as well. I feel like there's good banter and everything, whereas it's not that, it's not that Canada and like America and all that don't have their own kind of banter. It's just very different to Australia and
How
UK.
it comes
like,
across.
we're so brutal with our banter and everything that anyone else hears it and they're like, why do they hate each other? But we don't. We love each other.
And that's why the English and Australians got along very well.
Yeah.
In Whistler, I noticed like I was hanging around with mainly groups of English and Aussie lads.
Yeah.
Because they just like, put a group of English and a group of Aussies in a party ski town, and
all hell breaks loose. It's
fantastic.
Yeah. Just back to the family thing. If you're okay with talking about this, I know that there's a pretty like dark story about your sister that kind of changed your views on tattoos a little bit. Do you mind talking about that?
Yeah, of course I don't mind talking about that. So that was pretty much the whole reason why I moved to Canada was it was my sister's dream to move out there and do that. She passed away in 2015 in a car accident. A bikie crashed into her at the traffic lights doing a stupid speed. So I kind of had a massive hate for, that whole bikies and
the whole culture.
The whole culture, and like I got a few tattoos done because like I wanted to get some memorial tattoos for my sister, and I've always loved tattoos and wanted to get tattoos. So I kind of hit the stage where I was like, I'm not gonna not get tattoos because people go, oh no, you look like a bikie or whatever. I'm still gonna live my life and do the things that I want to do and not let that affect me.
Yeah.
However, when I'm trying to get into a venue here and someone's like, oh, you can't get in because of your tattoos because of those guys. Yeah. That does grind my gears. Yeah. That's a bit.
I think that's a normal thing as well, because I think that's how a lot of like racism and sexism, all that kind of stuff kind of starts. You have one bad experience with one person and then all of a sudden it's kind of ruined that image of that person, especially in older generations, and then they learnt to teach their kids that, they teach their kids that, and then it becomes a trend, and it's not healthy, but it is a normal human thing, I think.
Yeah. And I think where we are making progress with all other areas of that, it is a bit strange that the tattoo thing is still kind of being pushed, that like, oh, if you have tattoos, you're a drug dealer, or you're in a gang. Like, so I think hopefully that's going to change soon, and we can watch that happen.
Yeah.
By all means, I love the fact that like you can go to a club and not have a gang member staring you down or trying to make you feel uncomfortable. That side of it is good, but to categorize everyone who has tattoos into being in a gang, it's a bit backwards.
Yeah.
I reckon.
I think in this day and age, it is more so of a fashion statement than anything else. Like, and that's part of why I wanted to make this podcast, is to show that tattooed people are just humans. The other thing I wanted to ask you about with barbering, or as a barber, obviously me having no hair and everything, I shave it because I've got horrible hair genetics and it just looks better shaved than any hair that I can grow. There is a bit of a stigma around men's hair loss and guys trying to hide it, that kind of thing, feeling like it looks better to have like this little bit of hair and try comb it over.
The
like
Homer Simpson special.
Exactly, the Homer. I mean, I probably did that for a little bit when I was watching it go a bit thin, but then kind of just bit the bullet, realized it's not going to get any better. How often do you see guys come in to get their hair cut and kind of they know that they're losing it, you know that they're losing it, but they're still trying to hide it? And how do you go about that?
Well, this one's a funny one. I had a guy this week, and I don't know if he must have, obviously you know when it's happening, like, but he basically had the Homer Simpson, and he said, just do what you think looks best. And in my mind, I thought like, well, just make you bald. But like, that's not what he was after, obviously. Like, so I just kind of did what I thought was best, and I gave him a bit of a comb over on top, and it looked decent at the end. Like it was better than what it was when he walked in.
Yeah.
But then I don't know. It's kind of like one of them ones where it's a touchy subject. Like, had this one guy come in, and he showed me a picture of a guy who was like completely different to him, different skin tone, different hair type. Just did not look like him whatsoever. Yeah. The hair wasn't the same, and this guy in the photo had like really thick hair on top and a high skin fade on the side. This guy had no hair on the top and like, you know, hair on the sides. So I was like, well, I'm not going to rub it in his face that he's balding. Like, he knows that he sees himself in the mirror every day. He knows it. Surely he knows it. And I do the skin fade and I show him with the mirror at the end. And he's like, oh, no. I'm like, what do you mean? What's wrong? Oh, it's all bald up here.
That was all your fault, obviously. Yeah.
I'm thinking like, what? And then, he turns around and starts telling all the other clients waiting in the waiting area, like, this guy fucked up. And I was just like, mate, like, your genetics fucked up, not me.
I need to write some notes on this. I need to come in, see you, and do the exact same thing. Yeah. Nah, because like even, I mean, I'm only 22, but I see guys my age and everything. They're starting to like go not bald, but a little bit thin. You can see it happening, and they do everything that they can to hide it.
They're hit the scary stage.
Exactly. It's each to their own, and it is a very scary thing going from having all this hair and then watching it go, but you do have to bite the bullet at some point, and I realized exactly that like obviously this doesn't look great, but like if you make that choice yourself and cut it all off, like I shave my head every 3 days because my hair grows so fast, but even though it doesn't look that great, it still looks better than anything I can grow, and it looks better than trying to hide it and trying to trick everyone else when it's tricking no one.
I think Jason Statham did us all a favour in that retrospect.
The Rock, Jason Statham,
Vin
Diesel,
exactly.
Johnny Sins.
Yeah. There's a huge list of bald men who you're like, my dog.
Yeah, exactly.
And owning it and just showing that confidence is better than acting like everyone's an idiot and can't see it. Like, oh no, I have hair. Look.
Yeah.
Like, one of my friends actually, he started going bald. The receding hairline kept going back and back, and he used to stress about it back when we were like sort of 22 as well. And as soon as he shaved it off, like what a difference! Like his confidence is better. He looks better. And it just makes you look a bit younger as well. Like you're not looking like an old man who's trying to just clutch onto it, you know.
All right, I know you guys got to get going soon, so we'll just finish off with some fun questions here. So, first one I've got is, if you could have any superpower, what superpower would you want and why? Start with you, Hilarie.
Invisibility.
Invisibility?
Yeah. So I can spy on people.
It's basically like stalking people online
Yeah.
but in real life.
Yeah. So, a little bit of a perv factor there,
Yeah.
but that's right. We'll
Yeah.
get past that. Is there anything in particular that you would do with invisibility?
No, just literally spy on people.
She just get the hot goss.
Yeah, get the hot goss.
Just from Reece as well, just
I'll just be spying on Reece at
stalking
work.
him all the time.
Yeah.
Big
Why are you not
trouble,
replying
mate.
to me?
Be in trouble, you reckon?
I'd be in trouble all the time.
And you, Reece?
Mine would be time travel.
That's the same as mine. I think that time travel is the most underhyped and
Dude.
underloved superpower. You
can rewrite history.
Oh.
You can become the greatest person in existence.
Oh yeah.
Like you could be Elon Musk's and fucking oh god damn it! Now I look so stupid on the podcast. Like
Now you look
yeah,
stupid.
and I don't even like Elon Musk. Like I try to think of someone else who's like successful. Just cut that. Bit
No
out.
one else is successful other than Elon Musk. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You heard me, Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah, like I think that time travel is by far like it's the best. It's the best superpower, especially me who loves sports bet and everything. Just go back in time, chuck some money on who I know is going to win.
Dude,
Easy money. Don't
go
have to
back
work a
and
day in my life.
release your favorite song, but write it yourself. Like,
True. Or just tell Kanye to just chill. Just
yeah, just chill out.
You've got a good career, bro. Next one was, what's one song that gives you guys the most nostalgia from your childhood?
So many. Because like there's so many different points in your childhood.
Yeah.
The first song on my first ever iPod, it was an iPod Nano, the black one with the silver back.
I had an orange one, but yeah, that's
I
right.
had the orange one second actually.
Nice.
After I broke the first one, so it was an angsty teen.
Look out.
However, the first song wasn't an angsty one. It was Buffalo Soldier by Bob Marley. And that song just like changed my life. I don't know what it was, whether it was my first time hearing reggae music. Just really like touched my soul and just filled me with happiness.
Yeah.
So that was a big one for me.
Yeah.
Number 2 would have to be like Rollin' by like Limp Bizkit. Just Limp
Classic,
Bizkit
yeah,
at that age was like all the swearing and stuff. It was just wicked.
Yeah. And Hilarie?
Maybe Blink 182. I miss you.
Oh.
I don't know why. Just or any Blink 182 song.
Sorry.
But I miss you. I don't know. Every time it comes on,
I had to give Cleo, the lovely
Did you like
camera
that
woman,
song?
and my fiance a quick look because that's like our song.
Aw.
And at my 21st, I was like off my face drunk. We both were, I think. And there was a band there playing live, and they were like, "Your 21st, what song do you want to play?" And we
Aw.
just went, "Blink 182, I miss you." And then we just like in front of all these people trying to have a nice dinner, just us screaming the lyrics at the top of our lungs.
You can't not sing to that song.
Oh no!
Every time
especially
it comes on.
where are you? Oh, it's the best, absolute best.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I only got introduced to Blink 182 really, kind of when I met Cleo, because that's kind of all of her vibe. I was just more Good Charlotte, and that was kind of it growing up.
Just
Yeah,
listen to it.
not bad. But yeah, getting introduced to like My Chemical Romance and Blink 182, Green Day, all those guys. I don't mind it, especially Blink 182. I could listen to them for a whole 45-minute car ride, which I have many times. Unpopular food opinion that you will die on that hill, because I got to hear these so that everyone can roast you in the comments.
We've both actually got really good ones.
Oh,
'cause,
I got to hear this.
Straight up, she told me what mine is, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I suppose that is
True.
pretty
Yeah,
fucked
yeah,
up."
So
And I
gross.
told her hers, and like,
I was like,
I think yours is
Yeah, but-
worse. Like,
not really. Mine's a Filipino thing.
Go
so
ahead.
it's avocado with milk, sugar, and ice. So it tastes like So
Blend-
it tastes like
if-
a avocado milkshake smoothie, but
Like
just like
blended
not,
together?
but not blended. But you're just
no,
eating
it's
it.
like if avocado
You
was the
tried it and you
cereal,
said it
and
was
you just
good.
like,
So just a
eating-
bowl of milk with avocado.
Yeah,
in it.
and
dude.
sugar and ice. You
Is
have to
that
add
like a normal thing in the
Yeah,
Philippines?
it's a
or-
Filipino thing.
Okay,
It's actually
so
really yum, and I swear you tried it and you were like, it's actually not bad.
To be honest, I haven't tried it, and it does sound crazy, but it doesn't sound that bad.
Well, you should
either,
try it when
so
you get home.
I will.
it
I
is
will.
crazy.
I think it's yum. It just tastes like a avocado.
So you said
milkshake.
sugar on it as well.
Yeah, you got to add the sugar, otherwise
Gotta add the
it'll,
sugar.
it'll,
I mean,
it'll
anything
be
with
too
sugar
bitter.
tastes good. I
Yeah.
mean, Wheat
Oh.
Bix with sugar tastes good. Sorry, anyone that loves Wheat Bix, it doesn't taste good.
Can I just
Sorry.
say, my co-worker Salim called me out at work the other day for eating Wheat Bix with sugar and calling me a baby.
It's the
And
only-
got everyone in on it throughout the day, taking the piss out of me. I'm so childish. So yeah, good to know that someone else.
I don't eat Wheat Bix, but if I have to, I will
Oh.
put that much sugar on
Yeah.
it because it tastes like cardboard. Like,
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
It's bullshit. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not a Wheat Bix kid. It's just the way that it goes. Reese, what's your unpopular food opinion?
So I'm about to do a whole lot of injustice to all the white people trying to cook out there. I have bland, plain minced beef with rice for lunch
And mustard.
and a shitload of mustard on top.
To be honest, as someone who's not a foodie and just eats for nutrition, doesn't sound all that bad to
It's
me.
not. It tastes
It's
like a cheeseburger or something. You
Ew.
know, like it's just mustard and beef.
It's plain, but I
It's
think
so plain.
if you're a foodie, I think it's like it's an atrocity. But if you're not, then it's not so bad. Like I'm vegetarian, but I've been doing meal prep for probably 2 years now, and all I have is just tofu, rice, and veggies with like no seasoning on it or anything, and just some garlic salt. So
Just
it's
sustenance.
super bland. And yeah, when Cleo helps me cook it, she's just dying to put some sauce or something on it. She's like, just make it taste of something. But nah, like
You just like that.
I just eat. I don't even really like it that much.
You just
It's
need to
just-
get the job done.
Yeah.
you know,
Exactly.
like-
It's food. It's like, I don't know. I don't really care if it tastes good. That's why I eat chocolate. So, why does the tofu need to taste good?
yeah.
Cool. We'll finish off now with a would you rather, because I love would you rathers. Today's would you rather, this episode's would you rather, is would you rather only be able to eat your favorite food for the rest of your life, or only be able to eat your 20 least favorite meals for the rest of your life? So your one favorite food, not your favorite meal,
Oh.
just your one favorite food.
Oh, that's it.
That's it. That's all you can have ever for the rest of your life,
And then-
or your 20 least favorite meals. So you can prepare them in different ways, anything like that, but it's your 20 least favorite. And I don't just mean like, oh, I don't really like this kind of cheese. I'm talking like octopus balls and, that kind of stuff.
Okay, then probably my favorite food.
What's your favorite food?
I don't know.
Makes it an easy choice then. Pick it now and then decide what the food is later.
Let me think. You go first. I'll think.
Well, I can't really think what my
I know,
favorite
I don't know,
food
like
is.
what-
Maybe like fried chicken, I'd say. Like, so
Breakfast, lunch, dinner for the rest of your
it
days.
would get a bit boring. Hey,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
no
Then-
sauce on it or
But
anything.
then
Yeah.
octopus.
But no, well, like my least favorite meals, like, does that include things that I'm allergic to? Like,
If you're allergic, we'll say that, like, do you like it but you're allergic to it, or do you not like it and you're allergic to it? Because if you like it and you're allergic to it, we can't
no,
use
yeah,
that,
yeah.
because then that's
yeah.
just a death sentence.
Yeah, true that. Yeah. Least favorite meals. I don't know. I'm not really a hater that much on like
Neither am I.
meals.
I
yeah.
find it difficult, but I'd choose the 20 least favorite.
I think I would for the
because
variety.
yeah.
You need some variety.
as
in
much
life.
as you would hate it, it would suck for the first probably year, but
you get
think
used to
about
it.
it. Imagine if you live till you're 80, all you can have is fried chicken. It's
Yeah.
nice for the first couple of days, but
And you wouldn't even make it to
Yeah,
80.
that's true.
You'd be getting like a heart attack way before that.
might not make it to 80 eating the 20 least favorites either. So
Yeah.
it's,
Might not even eat them.
I heard that you had a pretty good would you rather in the car. Do you want to share that?
Oh, go on then. I'll share it. So I'm just going to start with saying if this podcast ends up getting to my best mate and I never see him again, then
Shout out Reese's best mate for what
it's
he's
good
about to
knowing
say.
you.
Yep.
It's good knowing you. So my would you rather is, would you rather have passionate love-making sex with your best mate once, or every time you see him, you have to kiss him on the tip of the penis?
And we can't choose both. And I'm also assuming that significant others don't count as the best mate. It has to be
No, it needs to be
Okay.
like your
Okay.
mate.
okay. I think I'd rather go one and done. As much as it would suck, I'd rather go just one time, make it brutal. But
Make it brutal.
I don't mean
Look
I
at
don't
them in
mean,
the eyes. Like,
I'd like to make it brutal, Reese. I think that would just, I don't know, because I think it would destroy your friendship to a certain extent, or it could make it a lot better.
yeah.
You don't know, but
Yeah.
I think it would destroy it to a certain extent. But
You can rebuild.
exactly, I think if the other option, if that destroys your friendship on the first day, you still got to keep doing it. Like, what if they file a
Yeah.
restraining order or something? Then you
Or
just got to
just
break through
want to
that.
stop hanging out with you because you keep kissing them on the tip of the penis.
I mean, I wouldn't want to hang out, wouldn't want to stop hanging out with my best mate if he started kissing me on the.
Yeah, well, I
Tip,
think
you
it
know.
would be a pretty good party trick. You
You
know,
know.
like watch what this guy does when
Yeah,
he gets here. And
yeah.
No one's expecting that.
Exactly, he's been doing it for 25 years. We're still good mates, Like, you got to
What does your best mate do for you?
Yeah,
exactly nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah. Call that friendship?
Who goes to footy games with you? Yeah, I'll go with the first option, unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
And I think that's a good note to end the podcast on. A fantastic note, I might add. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to you guys for coming in. thanks to Alfie for
Thanks for
coming
having
in
us.
as well.
Thank you for
Yeah,
having us.
no worries. More than welcome to come on anytime. Please be sure to like, share, follow the podcast, tell your friends, family, neighbours, pets, and your friends, families, neighbours, pets about the podcast. Share it around. Yeah, really helps the show. Thanks to Cleo behind the camera. Thanks to you guys again. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.